Greeting, traveler.
For games.
The end is coming! Who am I?
Change your mind.
You require my assistance? Adigo! We're gonna be rich.
Games.
Inferno! Require my assistance? Who am I?
Let me change your mind.
Greeting, traveler.
Evening, everybody. It is Wednesday, and you know what that means. Yes, you can start making hump day jokes. Yes, the weekend is just a couple days away. And yes, honestly, I don't know what the third point I was going to make was, but that's not the point. The point is, get ready for another episode of Tavern Talk, the show where we like to make hot takes and bad takes alike, sometimes within the same episode. I am, of course, JR Juggerlaw, one of your hosts, and we are here ready to have another fun time, share some fun discussions regarding matches that are coming for the week, and just have a good time all around. I'm, of course, joined by, first off, the master of OPs, the man who is not a doctor, but is certainly part fish. Say hello to Dr. Fish.
Hello, everybody.
And, of course, my other co-host, the man, the myth, and the elemental, or the element himself, Geranium Battle.
Thank you. Today I am the element of celebration. Pulling back the curtain a little bit for when we do these things. This week is sort of the holidays for a lot of different people, and a lot of people in THL are celebrating, including myself. Very glad to ring in the new year here.
Yes.
I would agree. And of course, we do have a very, very special guest tonight. He has been in THL for as long as I can remember. He is a Hall of Fame captain, and he is specifically the captain behind the team with the most championships in THL history. I'm, of course, talking about the man, the legend, the awesome dude bro, known as Sage.
Hey, thank you for the introduction, Jar. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good.
Good, good. You having
Yeah.
a good week? Having a good Wednesday? Y'all celebrate today?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I had a nice Jewish holiday, and I have not had to work at all this week, so I'm pretty happy.
What holiday? I'm not aware.
Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh? Yeah.
Rosh
I've almost
Hashanah.
run
It
out
is
of honey.
so just a quick little history. It's the Jewish calendar works a bit differently from the regular calendar. So the new year for us starts right about now, as opposed to January 1st. So Jews
Okay.
get to celebrate the new year twice, in essence.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yes. The main tradition that people like to talk about is how you dip apples in honey for Rosh Hashanah,
Oh my goodness,
which
that
is
sounds way
actually
too
a
sweet
pretty
for me.
delectable combination.
Oh, that sounds good. Just way too sweet for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame you.
Is it
I
like
don't blame you.
comparable to caramel apples?
You know what? I would say yes. I would say yes. I like them both, so I don't think that's a ridiculous comparison.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys. I asked my team if they wanted me to say anything on their behalf, and our hat asked me to say something. I think he was just making a joke, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. He gave me a card name to say, and
Oh boy,
I don't know if you've got the graphic up.
I do.
we do.
So I'm gonna try to say this now.
Uh-oh.
Asmaranamar Dikadestina Koldakar. Did I get it
I was
right?
saying that 3 times fast.
I definitely
I
have not
mean,
been
you said it
practicing it
as-
for the past 4 hours.
You said it. Asmaranamar Dikadaistin Nakoldakar.
Asmaranamar Dikadestina Koldakar.
There we go.
There we go, baby.
Fantastic.
There you go, our hat. In your face.
Yeah. Awesome.
So we've got a lot to talk about today, of course. As per usual, for those of you who are unaware, we are switching to a new format this season where we are only talking about Hero, Legacy, and Pro Series. We will not be talking about Wild. If you want to catch any Wild content, there's a new Wild and Out show on Thursdays. Highly recommend it. It's got a great group of hosts. Definitely a different perspective that we really need for talking about Wild compared to compared to all the other standard series. So yeah, give that a watch as soon as you can. But for tonight, we've got ourselves a pretty fun lineup. We're going to be, of course, be talking about starting off with our Hero Series, matches. Now, this season, this week, we've of course got some interesting meta shifts. You know, we kind of saw last week how there were some very brief nerfs that didn't really seem to change all that much. But I feel like it's been interesting to see that some people are no longer seeing Warlock as a must-bring class anymore. Has anybody else kind of noticed that?
I don't know about that one. I think Warlock is
Or-
still pretty must bring, at least in my opinion.
No,
Yeah.
no. What I'm saying is though, like we saw pretty much everybody bringing it.
Yeah.
In the past several weeks.
Okay.
But I felt like last week was the first week where I actually saw multiple people not bringing it at all.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah,
All
I
I
didn't
know
really
is
take
Warlock
At
notice
was
least
of
on
it's
my
it.
board
more
last
noticeable
week, so
than
I'm good.
before. Yeah. Well, we'll get right to the action. So the first match we'll be talking about this week will be I'll be talking to I got my good buddy Diamond's team I'll be talking about today. That of course is at Diamond versus Snakes on a Campaign. This is of course, you know, we got Diamond versus our boy Geranium battle. And I mean, Geranium, this will be your opportunity to do your friendly smack talk if you so desire. Just a heads
I
up.
don't know if there's any smack talk to be given. I mean, at Diamond is I think at Diamond is the strongest team in Hero, and you know, it is going to be very hard to win this week. I think we can do it. I think that Dr. Bombi winning over Mick was a huge step in that direction. I think Mr. Python losing to Triss HS was a large step back in that direction. So you know, it's a struggle, and it all comes down to Snake versus Always Just in Time, Judo Chop versus Brewski, or Jess Bean versus Diamond. I mean, I think Jess Bean has an extremely good chance of beating Diamond. Like, it's going to take some incredible games from Diamond in order to stop Jess from winning it. But the other two, Snake and Judo, have great matches ahead of them.
I will say with Diamond, he's doing really well this season so far with a 3-1 record, but he does have to go against Just Bean, who's arguably ridiculous in the 4. So that's definitely a match that can go either way.
Yeah, just being started in the 3. Unfortunately, Dr. Bombi is too good, and so has
Can't
bumped
confirm.
his way up. But Just Bean, like, I think Just Bean is a 2 seed. So the fact that he's in the 4 is stupid. Sorry, Diamond. This is just not your week.
See, that's what I was waiting for, the friendly smack talk.
I believe in Diamond. Diamond pulls out ridiculous things, man.
Dude, I'm
After
working with
last
Diamond
week-
in Legacy, and I don't think Diamond has it in Hero. I'm sorry.
After last week, I might be a little bit biased here, but
Did
I'm
he-
rooting for Just Bean.
Yeah. I wonder why.
He
Yeah.
took down my boy Thalfix, man, and Thalfix has
Yeah,
been on a roll.
Diamond did, yeah. That, I
There were
didn't
some technicalities happening,
I
like,
didn't get to watch the match.
and so it was a mess.
Oh,
But all I can
okay.
say is Stalfix has learned his mistake and how not to repeat it. So
Okay.
I think he's not gonna lose another match the entire season. That guy is fucking amazing. Anyways, yeah, I'm rooting for Just Being here, please. Do me a favor, take down my boy Diamond.
Yeah. Last week, Thalfix versus Diamond was probably the closest 3-0 that I could have seen. Thalfix narrowly lost a very unfavorable, and then narrowly lost a favorable. Like, I'm talking could have had lethal. I'm talking like it was very, very close. If you want to go back and watch the stream, and unfortunately, Thalfix's Q has messed them up a little bit. But now we're getting revenge on Diamond by sending him down to
Yeah.
3-2.
Bottom bomb.
Do it to him. Come on, Geranium, I believe in you.
Hey, I believe in Jess. I'm not the one playing here. I played for my team 2 weeks ago, and people could see just how poorly I can do in Hero.
I understand you feeling that.
I'm sure
That did not go the direction I expected.
and I'm sure we touched on the fact that Triss actually played THL again.
Yeah. He actually streamed it on his stream, and I got to
Nice.
watch. I got to watch my player get swept. So that was
Aw. Yeah, it's unfortunate to watch your player get swept. Like,
Nobody ever wants to see it happen.
no. Yeah. It's rough when that type of stuff happens.
I feel like one of the hardest parts about playing in THL is like a sweep is always going to be demoralizing for you.
Yes.
Whereas it's like, you know, you're generally going to be happy winning 3-1 or 3-2 as long as you get the win. You know, that's kind of like a sweep can be impactful, yes, but you're not going to be like upset or dissatisfied.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unless maybe it's like a make or break situation for the match outcome.
For sure. So yeah, we did mention at Diamond's last match. Well, our next match features the team that was on the other end of that matchup. So let's move along and let's go. Uranium has picked F2L Black versus Vote of Some Confidence.
Yeah. I mean, I really like Vote of Some Confidence. In this, especially, I know I could see Captain Sage at the bottom of it there. But yeah, Vote of Some Confidence, I think, has the shot, has the ability to beat F2L Black, even though F2L Black has, you know, a killer lineup up and down. Neji is in the one against Heat Shock, and Neji has not been doing so hot, losing a bunch of 2-3s in Hero, and I think Heat Shock can deliver the same result. Hockey Boys versus Skittles. Hockey Boys subbing in for Ron Mexico against Skittles.
Itachi.
It's not subbing in for Ron?
It's Itachi.
Oh.
Yeah, other AFG member, yeah.
Yes, yeah, sorry.
No problem.
I did mess up when Ron Mexico is again this season. He's on Bowler Jam 03.
Yes.
But Hockey Boys subbing in with Paladin and Priest against Demon Hunter and Druid from Skittles. I mean, Paladin is
you never know what to expect from hockey.
Yeah, it's eerily strong in the top seeds. But Druid is also just as ridiculously strong. So we saw a lot of Paladin wins last week, and we'll have to see if Hockey Boys can deliver that again. And then Rebob versus R-Hat. Same thing, switching out Paladin for Hunter. I think that means that Rebob is missing the boat here, and Sage's boat will carry R-Hat over. Owl versus Stalfix. Stalfix is weak this time. I think he's going to take down the absolute powerhouse of Owl. And then Dr. Fish is 4-0 versus Jim Philos is 1-3. I think we're going to see a 4 continue to be in one of the players' win totals next week.
That is true. Either way, either result results in one of us having a 4. Yep. Shut up. I just realized. No, you are absolutely correct when you say that. Like, cause I was just piecing that out in my brain.
I really would not be surprised to see Dr. Fish win. I honestly kind of expected at this point. I think Jim will give him a run for his money. I ain't gonna lie. He's not an easy opponent.
We've always had great matches. Yeah, this is my third time playing Jim. Yeah, every time great match.
But you're doing fantastic this season. I kind of do expect Jim is probably going to take an L this week. But that being said, I don't expect anybody else on your team to take the W.
Yeah, no, I can. Hey, have confidence in your team. That's all you need. I believe in my team as well. Like, obviously, like, you know, it was just gonna be complete contrast. Like, I want to see my team put up another huge week. I want to see Neji break. I want to see Neji break his slump against Heat Shock. I want to see Hockey continue filling the shoes that Itachi started, because Itachi's 2-1 on the season. He's just not. He was 2-1 with one of the best with like one of the best game win rates, like one of the best game records before the storm hit, and so he's had to take 2 weeks off. But and then Rebob just having a pretty stellar. Rebob like really putting the work in, and he's playing well. Owl's been feast or famine. He's either swept or lost. So, that's probably gonna happen again this week. And then, yeah, I have confidence in my play. I just am not gonna take my opponent for granted and put the work in to get the 5-0 dub.
Yeah, my prediction is the 2 wins for F2L Black are going to be Dr. Fish and Hockey Boys, and then the rest are going to go Bodus and Confidence's way.
This is hard. This is just really hard. God dang it. I don't.
I know you like to root for me, JR. Go root against me. Go ahead.
No, Sage. I love rooting for you, but I also love F2L, so it's like I'm conflicted. But I do want to see Vote of Some Confidence, get that title. So, and you are our guest. So in your honor, I'm gonna say, Skittles, R-Hat, and Stalfix win. But I'm going to say Fish and Neji, the AFG boys, are going to win for F2L Black. It's a very hard choice, but I got to go with that.
Oh, all good.
I feel like literally the only time I've ever truly rooted against Sage was, what was it? Basically the time, it was basically whenever my teams would face you guys, I think.
Well, yeah.
There was a season where you rooted against us like every week, and it cracked me up.
Not intentionally, though. I think it was just like, I think it was more so that maybe there was a part of me that was afraid of HSA getting 2 championships in a row. But I was like,
oh, we got close.
I would have been like, it would have been a fun storyline if that happened.
I got real close, repeating times in a row.
Yeah.
Which they had already done before, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like doing it twice in a teams, like in obviously different iteration, like from the
yes,
different iteration. I want to say from the 9 and 10 back to back.
It was a very different
right.
Team.
Well, that was the difference. They basically played with the same lineup for with 1 player difference for the second time around, but the first time around there was a lot of turnover.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Our second season was a mess, but I honestly couldn't tell you how we actually managed to pull it out, but we did, and
yes,
God bless them.
And
man.
fun
They
fact,
for sure.
Fun fact, Sage, I'm not sure if you remember this, but you were my very first THL opponent.
I do remember this.
This is funny. Sage said it the pre-show. The exact thing. He's like, yeah, JR, I wanted to remind JR that I was his first THL opponent.
Yeah, no. When you said you weren't gonna make it, I was like, oh man, now I'm not gonna hear about how I was his first opponent.
Yeah, no, I mean that was literally one of the reasons I was like, I gotta pull myself together. We gotta do this, because I was like, it's Sage, it's my bro, my man, the guy, my very first opponent.
Yeah,
and it was like, and that was an interesting season for me, since as I've told people, I started off 0-3 and then won 5 of my next 6 matches. But unfortunately, when we played HSA in the semifinals, in the quarterfinals, I could not get it done against Blue Sombrero. And the sad part was Sage had left had taken a break for the rest of the season, so I did not get my chance to get revenge on him.
Mm-hmm.
What season was this?
Season 6 of Legacy.
Oh, this was our second season. Wow.
Yes, this was your second season, and I didn't know too much about you guys, and then people start telling me about like the legends that are HSA. But the second season, you guys were like, you kind of came out of nowhere, because you guys were definitely in that race for a while, but you barely made it into playoffs ultimately.
Yeah, no, we struggled at first because people were having issues with burnout. We had people that needed to like leave in the middle of the season,
Oh yeah.
and just like we had people flipping in and out left and right, and then we had somebody get suspended in the going into the
Oh, I
finals,
remember
and
that.
it was just
Yep.
it was a mess.
You had to have Yellow Dart come in for the
Yeah.
very last
Oh,
match.
Mr. Frog.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh
So
my
weird to
goodness,
think
it
it's
was
I
crazy.
it's so weird to think that Yellow Dart played for HSA since he's like so synonymous with Dad Legend for me because like when he came in it was like well he's he's like the captain
Well,
of
that's-
Dad Legend like
So
Well,
that's the
that's the
thing.
funny thing because this was the first this was this was before Dad Legend had a legacy team because
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know, Dad Legend at first was a hero exclusive
yes
team.
I did know that
And then several seasons later, Yellow Dart decided to branch out and try to give them a shot at give them a legacy team and see where that went. And the funny thing was, it did take them a few seasons to really get things together. But as we were talking about in the anniversary special, they wound up they've obviously been in the finals 4 times since then.
yeah
Yeah, no, that's actually
So-
how we ended up picking out Yellow Dart is we were just looking at the we ran out of people that we could look at the legacy player database for, and we started looking at the hero database and saw Yellow Dart, and we were just like, let's just ask him. And so yeah, he didn't even play in Legacy. I don't think he'd ever played in Legacy, and he came in
I
and
don't
just
think so.
he knocked it out of the park.
He did. But it was so crazy how like you guys just kind of needed a sub in the worst of situations.
We went. Hockey Boys helped me with this actually. God, I love that guy. We got in voice chat and started like going to big name streamers like Crip and Toast and stuff, and started. I think
Oh my
we'd even
God.
sent a donation in to Toast, asking him if he'd come in and sub for us. Of course, he had no idea what we were talking about, but he said it was a $10,000 appearance fee or something. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Get out of here!"
That's
Was he being
classic Toast.
serious?
Yes.
No.
Okay, now I'm hearing different things.
I mean, I'm sure he
that's-
probably wasn't like serious on the money, like $10,000, but like he was serious that like we'd probably have to pay him to do it.
Oof.
yeah but we
Anyway,
so
we're getting a little off
all
subject.
different.
yeah we've gone down the rabbit hole and we're like 30 minutes in we're not even at a hero.
All right,
Strap
moving on.
yourselves in, everybody. All right, next match, and this is what Sage picked, and I like this pick.
It's like
want
when
me
you
to go
get
at it?
Sage and I on the show together, the reminiscing is
Yeah,
gonna happen.
I-
That's just
Yeah.
inevitable.
Up on the
I'm
screen.
gonna wax nostalgic. All right, we've got Dad Legend versus Masked for my pick here, and I like this. Dad Legend, they're my boys. I love these guys. We got Isocles versus Alien Santa, Starlax versus Always Lethal, Corrodin versus Magnificent, Ryzen versus 2-star Mako, and Yellow Dart versus Saku. This, oh my goodness, these guys. We only have one match showing that's been played. Corrodin versus Magnificent. Corrodin took it out 3-2 over him. Good job, Corrodin. Better luck next week, Magnificent. I think, honestly, Alien here is he's the underdog, but don't put it past Alien. He had a couple bad seasons where he was struggling a whole lot. I think he could honestly take it over Isocles here. I'm gonna give it to Alien this week. Starlax versus Always Lethal. Starlax is again the underdog, but man, Starlax is a beast. If he brings his dance moves to the table, he's gonna
Yeah.
take it here. And so we got
I'm
Starlax
very
going into
intrigued by
two.
the Warrior Brand from
Ryzen
Starlax
versus
this week.
Mako. Oh my goodness, this is a toss-up. I don't even know who to pick here. Ryzen, he can rise to the occasion, but Mako, he has just been slamming it here recently. I'm gonna give it to Mako here over Ryzen. And with Dart versus Saku, Dart in the 5 seed
Dart-
with a 1-3 record.
It's
What is
illegal.
going on here, man?
I don't know what's going on with Dart
All
this
right.
season, but that's illegal.
You know what? You know what, Dart? I'm gonna give it to Saku. All right, Dart. You hear that? You hear that?
Ooh.
Oh, Starlax says that
Love
there's
it.
Yeah.
a result, so I'm gonna go look that quickly.
And I wonder why Starlax mentioned that because Starlax has
Starlax
beaten
won.
Always
Starlax
Lethal
won, right?
3-2.
Yeah. I could-
Oh
Yeah.
damn!
So now we're sitting at 8-4 for Dad Legend on the week. and it's just still I'm not using the browser. Starlax, it's just a picture I took, or it's just a screenshot I grabbed. Yeah, congrats on the win.
Yeah, congrats, Starlax.
Yeah, he brought Warrior and he won this week. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so those are my
Okay,
picks.
works
I'm
out,
not even
works
sure
out.
what I picked.
You picked.
Who was it?
You picked.
Alien,
You picked.
Mako, and Saku. Okay.
Yeah.
So I
okay.
guess Mast wins overall somehow.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that can happen. Like,
No,
For
I'm
sure.
gonna predict a tie. All right,
we're gonna predict a tie. Oh gosh. Well, we're talking. Well, that we could talk ties later. But nah, like this matchup's really interesting. Alien Santa. I know Alien Santa's a real good hero player. He's kind of a hero specialist. I don't even know if you've played any other series, my friend. But I know you love your hero series. Isocles versus
he's really
you.
good.
Yeah, he's really good. I think I'll give it to Alien Santa. Since Starlax was one I can't pick Starlax, I was actually gonna pick him. Risen versus Mako. This is gonna be interesting. A really interesting matchup. Mako's severely under PR'd in Hero for how good he is. But Risen and I had a really close legacy match a couple weeks ago, and he reverse swept me. So I'm gonna pick Risen in that match, and Saku versus Dart. Yeah, I think Dad Legend takes the. Yeah, I mean Dad Legend takes the week. And I do think Saku can pull the upset on Yellow Dart. So yeah, I'm picking for the winnings. It's the 3 middle seeds because the 2 have already won. So Risen to win, and then Mass to take the other 2.
Let me just say though that Starlax and Corridon have absolutely been killing it, and essentially by beating Always Lethal and Magnificent, they're each fighting 1 seeds at one time or another.
Yeah, for sure.
Alien and Always Lethal and Magnificent have all been 1 seeds on Masked at one point, and they all have the quality to be up there, and yet they've all lost their game 5s. So,
Well, looking at their PR, they could be 1 seeds on any team.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I think Dad Legend is probably going to take this week. I mean, a very bold take for me to give here, but I do think Alien Santa is going to beat Isocles.
Nice.
I can see it.
And if anything else, let's talk about some legacy.
Yeah, I mean overall Hero Series
I'm ready for it.
standings are turning out really tight again, like last season. So it's really fantastic. But now we move.
Gotta love Hero.
Yeah, Hero's fantastic. Like, the more I play it, and the more I get used to the format. I really love the Last Hero Standing format, and in this series in general is fantastic. So yeah, first now we move on to our legacy format. We've got 1 match from each of the 3 conferences. Again this week, like we're trying to do. So we have
1 match for each conference.
Yes, so we start in the Gold Conference this time.
So for gold, speaking of gold, we've got ourselves the Golden Wisps versus Defias Brotherhood. Also, whoever got that reference gets a cookie.
Yeah,
saying.
baby, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, so of course we've talked about these guys before. Golden Wisps, a new take on the former team captained by none other than Alec Dawson, who you may recognize now as a member of the Hearthstone team. That will never stop being awesomely hilarious to me, for the record. And of course, they're facing off against the Defias Brotherhood, a classic team that's been here for quite a while now. Both these teams are doing really well so far. Golden Wisps have a perfect 4-0 record going into this week. And if I'm correct about this, and I believe I am, yes, they are the only 4-0 team currently in all of Legacy. They're not the only undefeated team, as Bluefish is currently 3-0-1, but they are the only 4-0 team going into this week. So
Yeah,
they've
and
got
even with 4 wins,
Yep.
4 wins, they're still not the highest point team because Wallet Warriors has 76.
Yeah.
What?
Oh
They're-
wait,
How
that's
does that
right.
work?
They
Wallet
have
Warriors has basically swept.
they have 20.
bunch of
They've had a
leagues.
couple they've had a sweep week already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. They're also averaging almost 17 points a week, which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's
they're
pretty
they're
good.
killing it. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And my team has to face them this week, so pray for us.
Great.
You're gonna get crushed, Jr.
Yeah,
Prepare,
Oh,
there's
come
a
on.
reason I
Have a
did
little
not-
more faith in me, Sage. I'm
There's a
ending
reason
my
I did
losing
not
streaks
feature
this
it.
week.
Yeah.
Please
I
do,
am ending
please
my
do.
damn losing streaks one way or another. It is happening.
Alright.
I am done with that. But yeah, this one is definitely going to be a hard one to call. Defias are doing pretty well for themselves. Wild 9 and Classy Thug, a very solid 1-2 combo. Nebcanuck Comp, both holding it down in the 3-4 with 2-2 records. And then, of course, the Realer. Oh, shut up, Geranium. That's just mean. And the Realer being 1-3 versus Golden Wisps, who've got their 1 through 3 are pretty much killing it this season so far. So they're gonna have to Device is definitely gonna have to step it up if they want to give the Golden Wisps their first loss. I'm gonna say that I think Always Lethal, Classy Thug, Stev, Comp, and Roadrunner are going to win respectively, which means Golden Wisps would take it 3-2.
I think there's something to be said about Wild 9 here. All right, like when Wild 9 came into THL, he was on some pretty he was not on very good teams, and I feel bad for the guy because like I noticed him right off the bat that he was just doing spectacular on these teams that were just like floundering, like they were treading water. But he stood out as being this diamond in the rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he has obviously moved on to bigger and better teams. Some other people have noticed him. I would love to have this guy on the team just to see how he works because he has just done phenomenal every season he's played. And I honestly think he has the capacity to take it here over Always Lethal. Always Lethal was 4-0 and obviously doing great. But I believe in Wild 9. This guy has impressed me every season he's played. So I'm gonna give it to Wild 9 here. Classy Thug 4-0 against Mick 3-1. I like Classy Thug here. I think I like his name. He's a thug, but he's classy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he
Stev
is.
Stev versus Nebanuk. I'm not sure who these guys are, but I like Stev having the better record and the better PR. So I'm gonna give it to Stev here. MPV and comp. I I just noticed this is Team Golden Wisp without an Alec. I don't know who MPV is, but I think he needs to change his name to Alec and go ahead and lose this match against Comp.
Yeah.
And Roadrunner versus the Throwdown, the Realer. I'm gonna give it to Roadrunner here. So that would give it to Golden Wisps. No.
You picked the top 2 for Defias, so I assume it's Defias, yeah.
No, I give it top 2 and then comp. So yeah,
Okay.
Defias. I think Defias is gonna take it 3-2 here. Sorry, I
You
am
can be the forward.
I'm gaming pretty hard here, guys.
Yeah, yeah, I thought that's funny because they came up with their name and they had no clue. Like they had
No,
no
I'm
clue
sure they
about
didn't.
like the old team and the podcast. Well, maybe they know about the podcast, but um, yeah, I thought it was funny that they named themselves that when there was an old team with this name. Um, I think I'll make my predictions pretty quick. I think I'm with Sage. I love Wild Nine. I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna take Mick in the 2, Stev in the 3, Comp in the 4, and Roadrunner in the 5. Because Roadrunner is my boy.
So,
I'm sad. I'm sad I don't get to play Roadrunner in Hero this season now.
okay, so you're saying mixed Stev Roadrunner wins, that is Golden Wisps win.
Yes, Golden Wisp.
I'm going to slightly disagree. I think we're going to see a lot of 4-1 on this, and I think so. I think Wild Nine's going to win. I think Mick's going to win, just like you said. I think Stev's going to win, just like you said. I just think that Comp and the Realer are going to take it over MPV and Roadrunner. My team fought against Golden Wisps earlier. Mick is just absolutely killing it. He and Always Lethal is. I think Mick can definitely beat Classy Thug, and I respect Wild Nine too much to say that Always Lethal is going to stay 5-0. Stev used to be in the 4 seed, now is in the 3 seed, still winning. But yeah, I just think the lower 2 seeds for Golden Wisps are going to make it so Defies Brotherhood makes it a 4-1 for both teams.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's pretty reasonable.
So now going into my match that I was thinking of talking about here. So now bringing up, it is DMB versus Hot Zilfs in silver. Dirty Mike and the boys are doing very well. They have like a super interesting PR comp to look at, especially when across the table is one of the more general, 550 in the top, sort of 50 in the bottom. So to see the completely spread out PR and still see everyone pulling their weight 2 and 2 or above.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is the classic DMB comp.
This is
where everybody is within 10 PR.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I just like to see it. I just like to see it because it's a nice, refreshing.
It's different than my
view
team.
At the. Yeah, it's different from most of the teams in THL, and
this stuff
we
can
see.
win
I mean,
votes.
Dirty Mike.
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, Dirty Mike and the boys did not do as well last season, and they're doing definitely a lot better this season. Everyone's 2-2 essentially, except for Astro Fog, and their entire team record is 2-2. Up against Hot Zilfs, though, I think that Dirty Mike and the boys really has a shot, especially when they have a free win against Donde there in the 2 seed. Now that Donde's on the downswing, he's going to stay on that downswing. The Big Ted is unfortunately just not having such a great season. And Astro Frog is having a great season, up from the 4 to the 3. Onfall versus Tony Montana, and Jim Philos versus Lefty 2111. I think Onfall will win that, but I think Lefty will win the bottom one. And even without Kazgar versus Jammies, I think it is Dirty Mike and the boys' week.
Man, Tony Montana's a 4 seed. I just want to let. I mean, there's some people who are newer, but this dude
I know what
This
you
dude
mean.
has been
Tony
playing
Montana
the
shouldn't be in the
2
4.
seed for seasons for Dirty Mike and the boys. I think he might have been a 1 seed maybe at one point. I don't remember. But he had a couple rough seasons, and I had to play him last week, and he gave me a 3-1 beatdown. It was... I did do a lot of throwing, but... he played really well. Like, gosh. And I think Anfall, I love Anfall so much. Like, as a player, like, I respect him. He's fantastic. I really like Zilfs, like, as a team. Like, they are the defending champs with the only different piece from last season being Coles is taking the season off. And and I don't know if they would have had I don't know if they would have had PR issues otherwise. But Big Ted coming in
I
and
think they
struggling.
would have, if I remember correctly.
It would have been close. But I like with the classes being shown, they're very they're very similar classes coming out from all these players, with a direct mirror in the 3. Yeah, I don't know. I think I think I give it to. I mean, Khazgar is a really good player. And I want to see him bounce back and get more points than getting swept like he did last week, as Neji got the only win for my team. With sweeping Khazgar. I would like to see him. I want Jammies to win, but I'd like to see Khazgar get some points. I think Donde's gonna bounce back, get a win. I think just based on how projections go, and I really like Ted, and I would love to see Ted get the win here. But my gut tells me Astral's gonna win. My gut tells me that Tony's gonna win, and then I think Jim Philos is gonna pull a big win over Lefty this week. So Zills will take the week, but because of Jimmy Clutch.
Jimmy Clutch, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they called him last season.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He's Jimmy Clutch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no disputing that.
And he brings it. He brings it home. You always want to see him playing last. Is it my turn?
Fair point.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I definitely like seeing the DMB comp being much the same as I remember it.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to pick, honestly, but like I see the Zilfs are doing pretty good with one little outlier here. I like Jammies and the one here taking it over Khazgar, or not Khazgar. Donde 3-1. He said he's on a downswing. How's he on a downswing? He's 3-1.
He lost last week, but what I think
Yeah.
is what he means.
And I'm hoping he stays that way.
Nobody stays
This
that
guy
way.
this guy just takes a dump on Donde every week.
I tried to do it last week, but couldn't get it done in Hero.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that being said, I like Donde here. His record and his PR and knowing Donde, I think realistically, I think he'll bring it home. All right. In the 3 seed here, Ted, man, you're my boy, but I'm sorry. You need to work on that record there a little bit, man. Like I hope you win this week, but I'm picking Frog here. If Astral Frog is anything like his sister, then he's gonna
If
kick
that
your ass.
which he
It
is,
doesn't-
so he's
it-
going to be Astral
It,
Pog.
it doesn't fall
Oh,
too
yeah.
it doesn't fall too far from the tree. Astral is very good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Astral's taking it here for Ted. Tony Montana in the 4. What is going on here?
I know.
Yeah, Tony.
Anyone else calling blasphemy right about now?
Yeah.
It's like seeing Buse in the 5 for the last seasons in Hero.
I know. It's
Mm-hmm.
nuts. So we'll take Tony here in the 4. And Jimmy Clutch. I don't know. I think sometimes there's the unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
Yeah.
And Jimmy, yeah, Lefty doesn't seem to be having that great of a season, but Lefty has served me some pasta in the past, man. It is bad.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to give it to Lefty here.
Yeah.
So I think with all that being said, it's gonna go 3-2 to the DMB.
Nice. Yeah, Lefty's fantastic. He was one of I played him in my first season, and he was the first person I beat, and I was like, so it kind of felt like a huge thing to get a win over someone who everyone was like, this dude's like so good. Like it's a surprise he's in the 5.
Lefty has completely deconstructed me in the past. I mean,
Yeah.
like I went up against him, and it was
Mhm.
like every move I made, he had anticipated and played around, and I was just like,
Yeah.
what is going on here?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's... Lefty is not
That's
to
why I
be
want to give it to him over
underestimated.
Jimmy.
That's fair.
Well, to
Yep.
keep it moving, we have one more match in Legacy to talk about. One more conference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is be mine, isn't it?
Yes.
The Seek Guidance versus F12 White. All right. So we got a pretty good one here. I like the looks of this right here. And the 1 seed we got Magnificent versus Myanodon. And in the 2 seed we have Y the Hunter versus Vino Spumoni. I've never read that name before. Vino Spumoni.
Yeah.
It's not as complicated as Maranamar.
Honestly, I love the nostalgia that I feel every time I say his name. Vino Spumoni.
Vino Spumoni.
Mm-hmm.
In the 3 seed, we've got Skittles versus Rebobson. Oh, Rebob, man. These are some classic guys right here. In the 4 seed, Snake Fods versus Mad at Arms of the POW podcast. And in the 5, Jolt C versus Totino's Pizza. Oh, get your rolls.
I could use some pizza rolls right about now.
So could I, man.
Yeah.
I got the drunchies, man. Oh.
I mean, that's fair.
In the 1, honestly, I'm looking at Mad at Arms here. I'm thinking Myanodon can can bring it in. I'm thinking Myanodon can bring it in against Magnificent. He's doing good, but Myanodon's got his number here. I also like Venus Pulmone in the 2. Skittles though, Skittles is just phenomenal. I'm giving it Skittles here in the 3 over Rebobson, and in the 4, I'm looking at Snake here. Snake's doing pretty phenomenal in the 4 for Seek Guidance here. I'm gonna give it to Snake, but in the 5, god dang man, I want me some Totino's pizza rolls right now. Oh my goodness, like
That's a fair
come
way
on,
to
man.
decide who you think is going to win.
Yes, like please, Totino's, sponsor me, feed me. That gives it overall 3-2 to F12.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I know that Magnificent listens to this, and I'm gonna support him another time. I think Magnificent is gonna beat Myanodon. I think Vino's gonna beat Y the Hunter though. Rebob versus Skittles. I think it's gonna go Skittles' way. I think he loses in here. I think he wins in Legacy. Snake Fods and Jolt C though are really doing well. And looking at Jolt C's record from last season, Jolt C was doing incredibly in the 5. He's doing incredibly in the 5 this time. I'm sorry, Totino's Pizza, but I think you're going to get rolled. And I think Seek Guidance is going to have a big week this week.
Dang, calling 4-1. I like it. So let's see. Mech versus Myanodon, man. That's a good matchup. Myanodon struggled last season, so his PR dropped, but he's been hanging in the 1 around 550 for like he was up in the 550 range for a while. So he's a fantastic player. So I'm gonna pick I'll pick Mech in the 1 because I think I wanna I think he's fantastic. He's a fantastic player. I think it'll be a close one, but it'll go to Magnificent. Vino in the 2, Rebob in the 3. I love both Rebob and Skittles. One was like kind of helping me out with my team last season in Legacy. And Rebob my hero captain. But I gotta go with Rebob and Snake Fods in the 4 and Jolt in the 5. But I think the 5 seed match is incredibly close, just like the 1 seed match. Pretty much like the only match I see is probably being a bit more lopsided just on first sight is Matt versus Snake Fods, but but looking at classes, I would have to look at matchups to actually say who has a class advantage. Like I can't. I'm so bad at I'm bad at doing that off the top of my head.
the unfortunate thing is the mage only has the warlock to find a win against. So if so that means Mad at Arms can't ban Warlock, and Warlock is one of the best classes, especially against Shaman, especially against Warrior from Mad at Arms.
Yeah.
And if Mad at Arms chooses to let that Warlock stay up to try and get a win with the Mage, then the Mage is just gonna be bullied a lot by the Demon Hunter, the Hunter, the Priest. I think Snake Fods is favored in these classes.
Gotcha.
By a lot. Mad at Arms, by the way, you can see has only one match. That is because Slod has been, it looks like, permanently subbed out for F2L.
Yeah, it looks like it's a perma sub now. He was supposed to only, I think he was only going to sub for a couple of weeks. But it looks like it's a perma. Which is unfortunate, because Slod was like, I don't think Slod had lost before he got subbed out. I think he was 3-0. I think he was 3-0. I think Slod was 3-0 before.
Slod is awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Slod was 2-1.
2-1. Okay.
His last match was a loss to Anfa.
Gotcha.
Anfa.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. That's gonna wrap up Legacy series. Unless someone else has thoughts. Did we miss going to somebody? I'm not sure.
Thoughts sometimes.
All right. Well, we'll move along then, just so I don't keep sitting here racking my brain. We're gonna move to our quick commercial break, and then we will finish out with our final series. And we'll. Yep. So go ahead, take it away, Geranium.
Okay. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to Tavern Talk. If you're enjoying our show, make sure you check out Around the Saloon and the Maniacal Tournament series on Mondays and Rubber Ronnie Tuesday on Hearth Center on Sunday. You will never guess. Are you still asking, where's my content? Well, we stream THL matches each night from Thursday to Sunday, starting at 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern. All the match schedules will be determined by class and availability. Side effects may include knowledge and fun. Wait, that's not all. We also have incredible matches on weekend afternoons on Schoolstone, because I signed names subject to availability. We also have a new show, Wild and Out, that's on Thursdays. You will catch it a little bit before the Thursday night matches, and it includes all the wild stuff that we're not talking about today. Speaking of which, please consider subscribing to our Twitch channel. This subscription enables the THL team to help cover the various costs for operating a website and improve the quality of our streams and content to our viewers. And I see someone asking in our chat, what is Twitch Prime? That is definitely what I said. Oops. Well, if you have Amazon Prime or Prime Gaming, you can sub the channel for free. So hit that heart button and keep notifications on to make sure you catch our team streams live. We appreciate each and every one of you. Special note to our viewers, check out THL's other social media points of interest. The website is at teamhearthlegends.com. Follow us on Twitter at THL_HS. Join us in Discord at Team Hearth Legends. THLPW Podcast is wherever podcasts are sold. And there is a blog post on the Players of the Week that you can go out and look at. And that is going to be, I think, where the Players of the Week are posted this week.
Nice, and I know there's also going to be a PAR, Donde's PAR list blog post, since there was no Hearth Center this week. So we're looking forward to seeing how Donde has rigged the has rigged the PAR this time. So yeah, let's get back into our final series. We have our Pro Series, our open deckless conquest format series, and this is where all the best of the best come to play. In without
creme de la creme, man.
Yeah, there's pros just gotten like nuttier and nuttier every season with the players we see coming in. We're gonna start with one of our two Black Conference matches. JR, take it away.
Yes, sir. For the pro match, we've got ourselves the first one being Sushi Rats versus Faction. Two teams with very opposing records, but still a lot of exciting stuff to be found here. Sushi Rats off to a very strong start this season, 3-1. They are being, despite the fact that 2-1. I can't read apparently. Despite the fact that only two of their players have winning records right now, they're still doing pretty solidly at the moment. And then of course you've got Faction, who are 1-3. who are doing all right. They're definitely they have a decent records, but the wins just haven't really been coming together for them. So this is either going to be Sushi Rat's chance to really pick things up and get themselves a big win, to really put themselves ahead of the game before their bye, or it'll be Faction's chance to really start to turn things around for them.
Sushi Rats
So
Sushi Rats had their
yeah.
bye.
I'm sorry. I'm
All good.
They're 2-1 because they've already had their bye. I'm sorry. Chance for Sushi Rats to really pick up the pace now that their bye week is over.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, it really has
Man.
been.
I cannot believe Faction is 1-3 with these players.
Yeah, me too.
Fogey
Yeah.
8 in
I'm
the
with you
5.
there.
Why is Fogey 8 in the 5?
Because pro good.
Yeah.
You got
Fogey
the
8
thug, man.
absolutely killed it last season. To see him in the 5, I'm gonna say he's heavily favored over Sprinkle. Unlimited Power, I think, is similarly favored over Dead Snoop. Classy Thug against Hickett. Classy Thug. We talked about Classy Thug a little bit earlier. Sage liked Classy Thug's name. I like Classy Thug's name too. So I'm going to say Classy Thug wins. Unholy Murloc versus Griff. I think Unholy Murloc wins. And then Flying Kraken versus Money Pockets. I think this could be a 5-0.
That's pretty bold there, Cotton.
It is bold.
Yeah, man, we're calling it a 5-0. We're not even in sweep week.
Ah,
Yeah, I think
sweet.
I think Faction is gonna take the win this week. But I think Money Pockets is gonna for sure. I think Money Pockets is gonna get the win over Kraken. I think that I think Unholy Murloc will win into 2. I'm gonna pick Hickett into 3. Hickett's a really good player. And then I'm gonna pick Powa in the 4. No, Dead Snoop in the 4 and Fogey 8 in the 5. So 3-2 for Sushi Rats actually. I think they're gonna continue. Last week they ran into Hype Horizon coming off of a loss, so and they kind of ate their wrath. Or maybe they beat Hype. I don't remember. Sushi Rats came off a loss. It's coming off a loss last week. I think they bounced back. I don't know. I'm just.
They bounced back, but just barely, right? So I do like the sound of some of these names, like Flying Kraken here versus Money Pockets. Like Money Pockets, I can't root for a guy with a name like Money Pockets, man. I really can't. Like I hope you lose. All right, buddy. Give it to the Kraken here.
Mm-hmm.
Griff versus Unholy Murloc.
What if he was named Moneybags?
I think that'd be comparable enough where I'd root against him still.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Griff, I like the gruffness of this name here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna give it to Griff here in the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Hickett versus Classy Thug. This is tough for me because Hickett, he was on something I did. He's cool. I like Hickett. Hickett's a good guy. I like Hickett a lot. I think I'll give it to Hickett here over Classy Thug, even though I really like Classy Thug's name. Hickett, go and get him, man. Dead Snoop versus Unlimited Power. If he's really got that unlimited power, then he'll take it here in the 4. And in the 5, Sprinkle versus Fogey 8. I'll give it to Fogey 8. I like it. I like it a lot. We'll go with Kraken, Griff, Hickett, Powa, and Fogey. So that gives it 3-2 to Faction.
Okay.
It works.
Yeah. Okay. Any more thoughts on this match, or we can before we move on to our next one?
faction number 1.
Nice. All right, and with that, we'll move on to our second pro match. And hey, I didn't. And
Excuse me.
just for the record, I didn't pick this match. Geranium picked this. So Geranium
Yeah,
picked
yeah.
all. Geranium picked all the. Geranium picked the 2 of the 3 F2L matches this week.
Hey, when F2L starts doing well, unlike last season, then I gotta recognize.
I
Okay?
know,
and F2L
man. We're turning it around.
is doing really well against, and I think they're going to continue to do well against Aussie Pro Mafia. We see both of these teams are basically just wild teams, and you just insert them into pro, and both of them are doing pretty dang well. F2L, with 56 points, 3-0, had their bye week already versus Aussie Pro Mafia, a little bit under that, and with 2 more losses to their name, but they put up some very solid wins. We already see Marty B taking a 3-1 win over Reverb, but QSNS versus Oddlaw, Rebobson versus Bone Masher, Sunday versus Quakelord, Skittles versus Maxie Bond, 1, 2, 3, 4, are some absolutely powerhouse names in Wild, and then to see them face off in Standard is very, very exciting. So I think, I think Sunday versus Quakelord, I feel like Quakelord has the edge against Sunday in both Wild and in Standard. And then Skittles versus Maxibon. I know that Skittles plays Wild too, so sorry Maxibon, but you've got a large competitor ahead of you. I think Skittles is going to take it. Bone Masher versus Rebob. I would have to believe that Bone Masher is good at Standard, so I think Rebobson is going to take it. And then QSNS versus Oddlaw, I think, is going to go Oddlaw's way, which means that Aussie Pro Mafia is going to barely lose out because of Bone Masher being in the 3. Sorry, Bone Masher in chat.
Yeah, Bone Masher had they've indeed played the 3 best teams in Pink Conference so far. And you're facing. This is probably in this, like, I think F2L is the best team in Pink this season. I think it's them and the 5 Boxing Wizards are like the top teams. And that is points per. I think that's the points per week, but just in general, I just think those 2 teams are gonna have a pretty nice time making it into playoffs at this point. I mean, we've seen collapses we see teams like fall apart before, but I think this team is gonna keep it together, especially when Marty B's doing well. And once Itachi gets back to the team, he's killing it in Standard this season. I am a big F2L fan in general. I mean, it goes without saying as someone who plays on one of their teams. I think QSNS will take it in the 2. I think Rebob in the 3. I love Sunday, and he handed me a nice L in Wild last week, 3-1. But I'm also really good friends with Quakelord, and these are like 2 of my best friends for Wild. 2 people who've really helped me with it. So I'm gonna go with Quakelord here. But it's gonna be close. Skittles versus Maxie. Man, Skittles is really good at this game, and I'm not sure how acquainted. Obviously, a lot of these Wild players have been playing. Yeah, I think a lot of these Wild players have been playing Standard with how bad the Wild ladder is in general. They all stand chances. I'll pick Skittles. So I mean, I'm picking 4-1 for F2L. You can chalk it up to bias. But I think F2L is like very good this season.
I don't think it's completely biased here. I like F2L a lot this week here as well. I like, even if I didn't see the results already, I would still like Marty B over Reverb here. Marty B is just he's an awesome guy, and I believe in Marty B. But going on to ones we can't see, Quiznos in the 2 here is pretty good. I like Bone Masher in the 3, but I just like to root against Rhubarb.
Hey.
In the 4, Sunday looks really good. I think he's poised to definitely take a W over Quick Lord here. And in the 5, I cannot root against Skittles. This guy is too good. He's awesome. I love Skittles a lot. So that gives it overall 4-1 for F2L as well.
All right.
Maybe I'm a little bit too generous towards Aussie Pro Mafia based on
No.
your guys' thoughts.
No, it's fine. But like everybody, like it's interesting to see how teams, Aussie Pro Mafia is kind of a newer team to Pro WoW. You've got 4 players on F2L who have played at least one season of Pro so far. With I think Sunday really being the only one who hasn't played hasn't played like a decent chunk of games in Pro Series. So it's kind of there is some form of experience factor but I guess just in general I think Aussie Pro Mafia, like Bowmaster said, like their team is out here trying to cause upsets and they've done a good job so far and keep up the great work. Like I would not be surprised to see you guys have a super close week with F2L. For sure and cause that upset. For sure. So we move from Pink Conference back to the Black Conference for our final match.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We've
I
got
definitely didn't pick this.
We've got a Clash of the Titans.
I definitely did not pick this because of one team in particular just being all good friends of mine.
hey, that's all good.
Oh, you like all the people on For the Clowns? That's awesome.
I like all the people on For the Clowns too.
Yeah, definitely. Like For the Clowns is definitely like I know. I think I know who Nails is and Neji for sure. I've heard of Neji and Nails, and I think maybe Super Chicken a time or two. Anyways, so this is just gonna be a clean 5-0 for Brushy Tuna here. We're gonna see.
It cannot be.
Shut up. I don't.
You mean a 4? Okay, so 4-1, 4-1.
Oh boy.
We're calling the 4-1.
That's just your opinion, okay? This is a 5-0 for Brushy Tuna.
All right.
That's just your opinion, okay? You're entitled to your opinion.
Sure.
But this is gonna be a 5-0 for Brushy Tuna. All right. We're gonna see a clean sweep across the board here with Desharmo taking it 3-0 against Nails. Donde 3-0 against Pasco.
Pascoa,
and Base taking it 3-0 against the Chicken. And Rod Mexico, the man, the myth, the legend, taking it 3-0 against German Shep. And Isocles himself taking it 3-0 against Neji Boston. So 3-0, 20-0.
There we go.
No quarter given.
Dang.
No quarter given. Nothing can go wrong.
I mean, we've only seen that twice before, and now we're predicting it to happen for the 3rd time ever in THL. A very, very bold prediction.
You love to hear it.
I actually kind of liked what Dr. Fish said earlier. He said 4-1. I think that is what the score is going to look like in Brushy Tuna's week score. A 4-1 after losing this week to For the Clown. I think For the Clowns is just the quality of players up and down is so disgusting. It's amazing to me that they're 2-1, but now I remember they fought against the winners of last season already. So that's why they have that one loss there.
No, they won against Bread Ape. They actually pulled it out on a sweep by Pascoa. against our beloved C-Mac.
And it's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Pasco is going to do a sweep against Donde.
Oh,
and
dang.
yeah. No, I mean, I just there's some of my friends are on For the Clowns here. People that I respect greatly, and then there's some people like Donde that are on Brushy Tuna. So it's easy For the Clowns.
I mean, damn.
Dang.
How you gonna root against the tuna? I don't understand.
I'm not rooting against Tuna.
Oh no, I love Brushy Tuna.
I really like this team. Obviously, Lotus Knight being the person who was subbed out this week for Isocles. I would have loved to have seen Neji versus Lotus. I mean, Neji versus Isocles is something I've seen like they've played before in Hero. I think they've played in. I don't think they've played in Legacy because Isocles is like he's way under PR'd in Legacy for some reason. But I think For the Clowns will end up taking the week, and I think it because it's difficult. It's not like we haven't seen teams. We've seen teams come back from getting swept in the first match. It happens quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think I do agree that Pascoa will take this one over Donde. I think Base will win over Super Chicken. That's a super close match. Shep versus Ron, another close one. Shep's 1-2. I'm used to seeing Shep at like not having a losing record. And I think that Shep will take the win over Ron this week. It's so weird. I don't like rooting against my AFG teammates, but Shep's insane, and I want to see him get the win here. And I think Neji takes it, and I think Neji versus Isocles is super close. And Neji's been having some unfortunate luck in Pro and Hero, and I think this week is the stopper for both of them. So I think Neji takes it over Isocles. So I mean, I guess I ended up on a 4-1 for the Clowns.
I feel like just abstaining, honestly. Like,
No, tell me your opinion, JR. Come on now.
oh god, this is hard. I'm gonna say. Oh damn it! I'm gonna say Brushy Tuna takes it 4-1.
Damn.
Yeah, there we go. You gotta believe in the dream, man.
I love this team too much, and I love For the Clowns too, but it's Brushy Tuna, man.
I feel you.
I don't know.
I will correct myself from earlier. I said that they lost to the top team. They lost to the second top team.
Yes.
They lost 8-18 against Hype
Yes,
Horizon.
they lost week 1 to Hype Horizon. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
which I mean,
I
what
was-
a team!
I
What
was-
a team to lose against.
I was told there was a lot of high rolling. But obviously, I would have to have actually seen the replays of any to have my fair opinion. Yeah, two great teams going
Show us
at
the
it.
replays.
I
We need to
I
see
don't
the
I
replays.
don't know. Whatever.
And I think this is Brushy Tuna's first hard week.
It is.
So
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but they're gonna take it easy, okay? Like it might be a hard week for somebody else, but this is Brushy Tuna we're talking about here. So easiest 5-0 I ever did predict.
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it is. I think it is a 5-0. Just one win is already recorded.
You know what? This fighting was right there.
Ooh.
Let's go. Let's
They
go.
might actually be fighting.
I
words.
think-
that's
Yeah, they're
We sent some fighting gifts to each other in DMs already today.
I like it.
We did.
I approve.
Nice. All right. Man. Great matches this week. I'm very excited to see how this all pans out. And then we'll wait until Tuesday to see if we get to talk about if we get to see the recap of this week. So this does bring us to the end of our show. I don't know if Durian, do you have any questions, or if Sage has time to answer questions, or or are we just good to close?
I am all ears.
You didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I would have an interview for him if I wasn't fighting with him right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Geranium. Show me what you got.
Yeah, maybe we'll share some fighting words in a blog post or something like that.
All right.
So,
So,
did some of the viewers have
now.
questions?
oh, if anybody,
Anybody?
if anybody in the chat has questions for Sage, go ahead and throw them in.
I'm sure Justine and or Bone Masher has a question.
Sure.
What's that?
I don't know. No one has any questions so far.
What?
I mean, we just asked, so we'll give them a little bit of time. I will. I don't know many of the matches we have going on. I'm going to quickly pull up the stream scheduling page.
JR, I've got a question for you.
Please.
How's it going with your lawyer job, man? Like, I hadn't heard anything about that in a while.
I recently changed jobs for the better, and I'm extremely happy.
That's good, man. It's good to be in a good place, and I'm happy for you.
Thank you, my man. Thank
you
you.
getting, like, paid better? You got a better crew you're working with and stuff?
Better coworkers, better pay, better hours. It's night and day.
That's across the board. Good vibes, man. I love to hear it.
And it was definitely a rough period at my last job. I will just say that.
Oh, I believe it.
But
I know.
Life goes on, as they say.
I know. I just recently, last night, my coworker decided he didn't want to show up, and I had to stay late till like midnight, and that's pretty sad.
What?
Yeah, I know.
That's stupid.
People are ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they have
But-
ridiculous hats as well.
All
All the love for all the love for our hat. So,
It's his fault I had to say that word. Hold on, let me try to say it
Send
again.
me.
Asmarama Dika Destana Koldakar.
As Miranda Mardic Dice Team Koldakar.
Asmarama Dika Destina Koldakar. There we go.
Yeah.
I just had to hear it in my ear.
It slips right off the tongue,
Geranium
doesn't it?
needs to become an auctioneer, clearly.
Yes, very clearly.
And
Wait,
one has Miranda Mardic Dice Team Koldakar going once, going twice now. Sold.
Well, I think now's a good time to call it.
Yeah, one of our boys
but-
here has to go soon, which is fine.
But Sage, thank you so much for coming on tonight. We are so happy to have had you, and thank you for the wonderful gift choice
Yeah.
that
It has
we
been an
got to
absolute
have
pleasure.
on our screen.
Yes.
I will say this. My schedule is going to be getting mixed up here quite a bit, a lot soon. I think I'm going to have Wednesdays off quite a bit here coming soon. So if y'all need another guest here in the near future,
Sure.
I will let y'all know if
Okay.
y'all want to have me on again.
Sounds good.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
I'd glad to be on again because I normally this time of night just don't have anything else to do.
Sounds good. So, yeah.
Sometimes that's not a bad thing.
No, not at all. So just quickly, next, I don't have anything for Thursday Throwdown. So if you're playing tomorrow night, shoot me a DM at 8-9 p.m. If you have a match that just let me know. I did a poor job looking for matches this week. But if I don't have anything, we have Wild and Out tomorrow at 6 p.m. That's gonna be Marty B, myself, and Tom Carter. And then we'll start with Friday night fights. We'll have Jester versus Hickett in Legacy, and then Battlegrounds at 9. And that's just where we get started. There'll be matches throughout the week. I'm sure they'll be announced during the shows. So yeah, tune in for those. We got a lot of content coming. I've got a lot this weekend. I've got a lot this weekend.
Slide into this guy's DMs with the match, all right? Like,
Yeah.
he needs one.
Hey.
I already did. I'm trying to schedule my match in Wild against him.
Oh, yeah. Geranium and I are gonna be playing on Friday night. That'll be fun.
The excitement builds.
Yeah. So
Dickens.
that'll be great.
Wait, is that in Wild?
Yeah, he and I are playing in the 5
yeah.
seed in Wild. Yeah.
I was gonna say because otherwise that match
It would not.
absolutely
It would not be possible. No, Geranium would fold me if we played in standard. But but wild is a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, we're gonna wrap up here so Dranium can get out of here. And thank you everybody for watching. It's fantastic to see the everybody in chat. Thank you, gentlemen, for a lovely chat and a lovely evening together. And we will see you all next week for another fantastic episode of Tavern Talk. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
I...
Night.
All right.